Tell me, what are you? Who are you? This is no man. This is no machine. Tell me, do you bleed? How is this possible? No, it cannot be. He's beginning to believe. Hello guys, this is Sounds of a Million Mr. Catello, and here I'm going to do a complete breakdown and a Call of Duty edition of what new perks to put in a new Call of Duty game. Now right now I'm going to show you in the screen. You're going to see an image, and it's going to have a picture of the perk tiers that I've designed for a Call of Duty game, and it's going to be split into 4 tiers, and each tier is going to represent a type of playstyle. So the first tier, which is in red, is aggression. So you got your adrenaline, trackstar, breach, bloodlust, ball rush, lightweight, and heavyweight. I changed the heavyweight into juggernaut. I'm not too sure on which name I should put there, but this category, this tier represents rushing gameplay. You know, putting pressure on players, you know, being aggressive. And the second tier in yellow is intelligence, intel. You see marksman, detective, safe haven, eagle eye, dead on, crowdfire, and this represents, as it says in intelligence, your awareness, the awareness of your surroundings, right? You want to know what's going on your mini map, in your HUD. Tier 3 is your stealth. You got predatory, death sting, freeze, interrogator, blind eye, blend, right? And this is to help you maneuver without you being seen or heard, right? To be less visible to players. Yeah, it's stealth. Tier 4 is high stakes, scavenger, bingo, overkill, kill bank, VIP, and clockwork. These are basically perks that give you benefits based on your playstyle or your objectives, or just to give you an edge over everyone else. So as it says perks and create a class, and it says perk tiers can only pick 2 perks from any tier. So you can pick any 2 perks from any of these tiers. So you can pick 1 from aggression and 1 from intelligence, you know, or you can pick 1 from stealth and 1 from high stakes. Yeah, but you can only pick 2 perks, so not the usual traditional 3 perks. And this is for the sake of balance, right? And the reason why there's only 2 perks, because each of these perks have a pro perk. In fact, not only do they have a pro perk, but they have an elite perk. So there's actually 3 stages of these perks. Yeah, so we're accustomed to, if you remember, the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, you just had 1 perk. You can select 3 perks from 3 different tiers. Then when it came to Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1, you had pro perks, right? And even Modern Warfare 3, and I think Black Ops 2 as well, you had pro perks. This was an extension of your base perk. But now, with my idea, with my useful innovation, there's a third level to that perk, so which I call it elite. So base, pro, then elite, right? So that's why I want to keep the balance by only picking 2 perks out of, but you have the choice to pick from any tiers, you know, and you know, you be creative with it and play according to your play style. Now this is for people that like to play aggressive, people that are cautious, people that are campers. You know, it doesn't matter. Whatever your playstyle is, it will fit to it. But I'll try to make sure that there's a balance where it doesn't encourage everybody to all be aggressive. Because imagine that if everybody's all aggressive, then it will just become sweaty. You know, you don't want perks to all encourage camping, because if that happens, then the game is slow. There's no flow, right? There will be no flow. So you want a balance of each, so that you can have a few campers, a few rushers, a few cautious people, a few people that play like a hybrid play style, whatever. Anyways, so let's get straight into the perks. This is tier 1, and tier 1 is, the first one is adrenaline. This will be unlocked straight away, right? And track star will be unlocked straight away too. So adrenaline, what's adrenaline? Adrenaline is damage taken increases sprint or super sprint speed. Yeah, I still want a tactical sprint from Modern Warfare to be included in the new Call of Duty game. So when you're hurt, when you're damaged, and you're trying to escape, your adrenaline perk will allow you to move and run faster. Pro version, faster equipment usage and weapon pickups, throwback frag grenades faster. So simple to understand. Elite, reload your guns faster. The next one is Trackstar, increased stamina for jumping, action maneuvering, and super sprint. So now I want stamina to be back in the game. The reason why is because I've noticed in the newer Call of Duties, when you have unlimited stamina, it encourages people to be bunny hopping, jumping, and it creates frustration. Yes, you can say it creates skill, fair enough. However, we want to put a balance to that where not everybody's doing it, and people have to be aware with their stamina, which also is an addition to skill, because now you have to focus on how much stamina you're depleting, and you've got to be careful of using certain movements in certain situations. Now, so jumping is going to cost you stamina, so you can't bunny hop all the time. Super sprint obviously is going to cost you stamina, which is tactical sprint. And this new addition is called action maneuvering. So you're probably wondering, what the hell is action maneuvering? Action maneuvering is basically like in these Call of Duties, when you run and press or hold circle, you slide. Or like in Call of Duty Black Ops 1, you would swan dive or dolphin dive. So these are what I call action maneuvers. However, in this new game, all of these attributes or mechanics will be in the game, but you have to select one of those. So you can select slide, and you can select swan dive or dolphin dive, whatever it's called. And also another addition would be combat roll, which means you'll roll forward. So you'll duck and roll. That should be a new implementation or new mechanic. And if you don't want to pick that, you can pick mountain. See mountain from Modern Warfare 2019. Yes, most people didn't like it. I liked it. No, sorry. I liked it. It was all right. It was okay, but it did if I have to be honest, it did kind of encourage camping. So what I did is, to fit everyone's play style, you can only pick one of these action maneuvers. So if someone wants to mount, they have to go, they have to select in their creator class that they want to mount. Or if they want to slide, they got to select they want to slide. If they want a combat roll, or if they want to swan dive, they have to select it separately. So once you're in game, you can only perform the action maneuver that you've selected. Yeah, so that can, be a balance and cater to everybody's play styles. Yeah. Um, yes. So Trackstar Pro, which is reload while running and at full speed. And this is unique. Kick up debris behind you, blurring out enemies' vision. So when you're running behind you, how to say it? When you're running, dust past dust particles or debris will be scattered behind you. So if someone's chasing you, it will blur their screen. It will kind of cause like a little distortion to their screen when they come too close to you behind you. So it can give you, easier escape if you're low on ammo or if you're damaged. Elite version is gain momentum behind players. So when you're behind players, you run faster. So you can catch up to them and melee them, execute them, or whatever. The next perk is Breach. Enhance action maneuvers, interact, and vault quicker and higher. So your climbing is higher and faster. You can jump higher. You got unique benefits with your action maneuvers, your combat rolls, your slides, your dolphin dives. There's more unique and enhanced properties for those action maneuvers. Pro, hip fire and use equipment while running, like gunge hole. Maintain accuracy while action maneuvering and running. Elite, hip fire while climbing and vaulting. Right? Yeah. So that's Breach. So if you're trying to climb a ladder, if you were normally climbing a ladder without this perk, you'll be climbing the ladder with two hands, so you won't be able to use your weapons, your guns. But if you have this perk, you can climb with one hand and hip fire with your other hand. Just like in Modern Warfare 19, quite similar. When you're climbing a ladder, you can use your pistol. The next perk is Bloodlust, and it says restore health faster by objective play and kills, just like Quick Fix in Modern Warfare. Pro, minimap shows enemy reinforcements, so just like Black Ops Cold War. I forgot what that perk was called. Elite, enemies that pick up your guns, hack your equipment, watch your kill cam, or steals your care packages are revealed on the minimap. Right, it's pretty straightforward. Bull rush, close by enemies flash red when you're sprinting. So when you're moving, you're sprinting or tactical sprinting, if an enemy is close around you, they will flash red, alerting you, so you can have a quicker response on targeting that enemy. Yeah, and this is going to be unlocked straight away, so it's kind of like for new players to get the hang of the game. Pro version, action maneuvering and super sprint contact causes a knockdown. Now a knockdown is a new feature that I want to implement in a new Call of Duty game. Right, so if you have this perk, the pro version of Bull Rush, when you're super sprinting or you're performing an action maneuver, let's say you're sliding and you come in contact with an enemy player, if you slide and it touches the enemy player, he will fall down. That's what you call a knockdown. But only with this perk or certain equipments you can perform a knockdown. Yeah, so if you're super sprinting and let's say you barged, you come in contact with an enemy player while you're tactical sprinting, he will fall down because the force of your speed, you barge into him and he falls down. Elite version, mobility is uninterrupted, resistance to stopping power, which I'll probably explain in another video. But yeah, once you're running, there's no enemy abilities or enemy equipment that can slow down your movement. So you're always constantly running, obviously, until your stamina depletes. Lightweight, reduce noises when running, vaulting, and climbing ladders. Just like Ninja perk, but this is your footsteps are only quiet when you're running. Pro, delay enemy equipment. Just like mines, traps, claymores. Elite is faster combat strikes. So when you're gun battle, when you're punching or whatever. The next perk is Juggernaut. Juggernaut is combat causes knockdown and you are resistant to knockdowns. So when you strike an enemy, you gun butt them, you punch them or whatever, they will fall down to the ground. But you are resistant to knockdown. So if anybody, let's say like the person that has Bull Rush Pro, if he tries to slide next to you or tactical sprint towards you, you're resistant to that knockdown. You will not fall down because you have the Juggernaut perk. Pro version, maximize mobility with heavier weapons and increased walk speed. So if you're holding a sniper or LMG, you will move faster. You will move as equal to a person holding an SMG, but only with this perk. Elite, Reduce flinch from combat and bullet damage. So the next tier is the intelligence, tier 2, marksman, which will be unlocked straight away. Bullet damage marks enemy for you and team. Simple. Like Modern Warfare 3 recon. Pro, this is unique. Switch out your guns, auto reloads over time. Damaged teammates can be seen behind walls. Kind of like Team Link in Black Ops 4. But the first section is switch out your guns, auto reload over time. So meaning, let's say you shoot a gun and you're down to 5 bullets and you're in a situation where you need to use your sidearm. You switch out your weapon, you use your sidearm, you get the kill or whatever, then you switch back to your primary weapon. Your primary weapon is fully reloaded, even without you showing the reload animation. But because you swapped your gun over time, it will reload on its own automatically. Quite sweet, right? Then elite version, simple. Equipment damage marks enemies for you and team, same as recon and Modern Warfare 3. Next perk is detective. Enemy footsteps are highlighted like tracker. Pro, equipments, guns and streaks are highlighted. Elite, this is unique. Countdown and radius notification of equipment about to detonate near you. So what does this mean? So let's say there's a mine or grenade being thrown at you, and there will be a countdown on that grenade. So we'll say 4, 3, 2, 1, right? A number will be, counting down right next to the grenade, telling you how much time you got left for you to evacuate. And also, it will show like a ring or radius around the grenade, showing you how much impact or damage, or where it will show how much impact it will cause in its circumference. So if you're outside the circle of the grenade or the circumference of its impact, obviously you won't be harmed. But this is for your intelligence. This is for you for your reaction. So and how quick you are in your situation. Let's say someone threw a grenade at you, and you can see the countdown and you can see the radius of where the grenade is going to explode. You can get a quick kill, then you got 3 seconds left. You can get out of that situation because you can see the radius of the incoming impact, and you have the countdown telling you how much time you got left for you to escape. I hope you understand that. And the next perk is Safe Haven, and it says guns fired without silencers linger longer on the minimap. Pro, when entering a building, this is unique. When entering a building and or sections of it, minimap will flash green or red depending on the situation. If it is hazardous, 2 or more enemies are inside, that's hazardous. Or if it's safe, green, more teammates occupy building. So let's say you're looking at your minimap and you enter a building and there's 2 enemies there, and you're the only team member of your team in that building, occupying that building. So because there's more enemies than you, the minimap will flash red quickly, about 2 seconds will flash red, meaning that you are in a hazardous territory. However, if you have more teammates occupying that building, it will flash green, meaning you have more teammates occupying that building than the enemy. So you might have 3 people with you, and there will only be 2 enemy players in that section of the building. So it will flash for 2 seconds green or red depending on the hazard or if it's safe. But you have to pay attention to your minimap. Elite version is recover from counter UAV, EMP, grenades and other disabling devices faster. Simple. Next one is Eagle Eye. See an overview of the minimap. See an overview of the map before spawning, just like Modern Warfare. When you respawn, you can see you see everything from above before it goes down to your player respawning. Bigger and more detailed minimap. So you have a better minimap than everyone else. Pro, fallen teammates and or enemies in free for all. show a directional compass of where they have been shot from. So when you see a fallen enemy, the death icon, it will show you the direction where they've been shot from. But you have to find the player. You don't know where he is. Elite, taking down the enemy with an air AI streak up makes you immune to it. Must remain alive or else repeat the process. Players with streaks up will have a crosshair symbol when firing unsuppressed on minimap, just like the perk in Cold War Assassin. So what this means is, let's say someone's got a helicopter. If you take out that person who called the helicopter will no longer harm you. But if someone kills you, you have to repeat the process again. You have to kill that person who called the helicopter. Otherwise, you'll still be vulnerable to the AI streak. So you can see the balance there. The next perk is Dead On. When damaged, enemies shooting you is highlighted. So when you're hurt, the enemies that are shooting you around you, they'll be glowing red. Pro, call outs if enemy is above you or below in building. So when you enter a building, if the enemy is above you, you'll get a notification, hey, the enemy is above you, take them out. Or if you're in a top building and the enemy's below, you'll get a call out, hey, the enemy is downstairs, take them out. But you don't know where downstairs and you don't know where upstairs. So you got to be careful. Elite version is enemies that spawn from tactical insertion. Open their care packages. Operating streaks on tablet are shortly revealed on map. Crowd fire is the next perk, and this will be unlocked straight away. Enemies are highlighted if they are grouped up in twos or more within medium range. So if the enemies are walking together, 2 or 3 or more, they'll be highlighted. So easier for you to get double and triple kills because you can see them clearly. Pro, if enemies are near hazardous objects, those objects will light up. Oil barrels, cars, electrical objects, pipes, and other things of the environment. So let's say someone's hiding behind a car. A car is explosive, right? So the car will start to shine or light up, indicating that there's someone hiding or using it as cover. So you could throw a grenade at the car will explode, giving you an easy kill. Elite version, the equipments you have planted that has not detonated will remain when you respawn, no more than 3. So let's say you've planted a mine, right? And it has not been shot down, or no one has tripwired it, no one has detonated your mine. If when you respawn and about 3 times you die and respawn, it will still be there, but only up to 3. So it's kind of like a Cold War. I believe when you plant things and you die, it will still be there unless someone destroys it. So that was tier 2. This is tier 3, the stealth side, and the first one is predatory. Immune to heat-seeking sights, equipments, and field upgrades that reveal position. Pro, immune to UAV in the open. So this is different. It's different than immune to UAV while running or whatever. No, this is only when you're in the open, which is a balance. You're stealth, but you're kind of encouraged to be a bit more aggressive. You can't camp and use this perk. So they have to be outside the building for the perk to work. Immune to UAV in the open and when planting and defusing bombs. Elite, heat signatures don't show up on controlled streaks. It's a bit simple. Death Sting is the next perk. Move faster, quieter while prone and crouched. Pro, alerted when enemy streaks spot you. Elite, silent reloads and talk when necessary. Battle chatter. Freeze, this will be unlocked straight away. Your equipments don't notify enemy players, and combat causes greater stun to the point they can't aim down sights temporarily. So when you strike your enemy and they're stunned, right, they cannot aim, they can only hit fire because you hit them, you stun them. So the first part of that is your equipments don't notify enemy players. So for instance, when you throw a grenade in your screen, if there's a grenade near you, it will show a grenade symbol, red, and it'll show the direction of where the grenade is rolling around or near you. So if you have this perk, when you throw a grenade or when you're using equipment, it doesn't show or indicate or highlight where your equipment is in their screen, so that they will have to figure out where the grenade is. They have to actually look for the grenade on the floor, or the equipment, the mine on the floor. So you see, so it's kind of like a stealth perk. It hides your equipment. Yeah. The pro version is equipment damage restricts enemy equipment usage shortly. So if you damage them with a grenade, they cannot use their equipment, you know, for a certain time. Elite, damaging enemies prevents streak usage shortly. So if once you damage them, let's say they got a streak up and they're trying to use their streak, yeah, they want to call in a helicopter, they want to call in a care package or UAV, but because you damage them, they are restricted from using their kill streaks or score streaks only for a certain amount of time. So that means they're forced to engage with you in a gunfight, or they're gonna have to escape, run away, and heal up. The next perk is Interrogator, and this is leave no death icons. Leave no death icons when you obviously eliminate a player. Faster executions. Some executions take too long, so if you have this perk, it will be quick, twice as fast, 3 times as fast. Combat and executions expose nearby enemy players. So once you perform a melee kill or execution, it will show you enemies near you Pro, no alerting or screen directing when aiming at or shooting an enemy. So do you know when someone's shooting at you, your screen will go red and it will show the direction of where you're taking damage from? Well, if you have this perk, that won't show. So it's a stealthy. Elite streak damage exposes enemy position. So if you have this perk and you got your streaks up, let's say you got a helicopter and it's damaging a player but it hasn't killed him, because your streak has damaged that player, you can now see him on the minimap, and now you can go in for the elimination or for the kill, because you know that he's been hurt by your kill streak but he hasn't been finished off. So that's Interrogator. The next one is Blind Eye. Delayed red name when enemy faces you. I believe this was in Modern Warfare 2. Pro, immune to AI streaks. Elite, reduced amount of footprints. So it's kind of like a counters against detective perk, like sit rip. But that part might change. I might change it up. We'll see. Next one is Blend. Blend is firing indoors doesn't give a red dot signature if enemy is outside and you are inside the building, vice versa when you're outside. So for instance, let's say you're shooting inside the building, unsuppressed fire. If the enemy is outside, the red dots of you shooting will not appear in his minimap because he's outside and you're inside. So if he wants to see the red dots of you shooting, he has to be in the same place as you. For instance, he has to be inside the same building, then he can see the red dots. Yeah, or he has to be outside with you, then he can see the red dots. So if you're in different locations, or if you're closed off, should I say, in different sections, like the enemy's outside and you're inside a building, he cannot see your red dots. Okay, and Pro is silencers cost 1 less point if they are level 2 or 3, and it will be free if it's level 1. So in this game, which I'll talk about in a different video, is on the, about attachments. You're gonna, for your primary weapons, especially, yeah, for your primary weapons, you're gonna have 7 attachments, but it's a point system. So some attachments will cost 1 point, some attachments will cost 2 points, and some attachments will cost 3 points. Now, obviously, the lower the more points it costs, the more unique, or the more unique abilities it has, or the more powerful it will be. However, it will cost 3 points or 2, which will leave you with less points. And the ones that cost 1 points, they will be effective, but not as effective, and they will have downsides to that. So it's balancing, which I'll do in a different video. So yeah. So elite version is use the environment to change your attire to blend with the map's environment. No alerting when capturing objectives. So if you're capturing a domination flag, it will not alert the enemy players. Yeah, use the environment to change your attire to blend with it. So if you're playing in a muddy map, swamp map, you can cloak yourself with mud, but obviously not entirely. But it just makes you look like the environment, or you can gather leaves to, you know, to make your own ghillie suit, you know, stuff like that. So that tier four scavenger. This will be unlocked straight away, and this is resupply different sized ammo clips. Resupply throwing knives when out of lethal equipment. So what does that mean? So, and we need to understand that scavenger has been the same for years, and it's just useless. All it is getting ammo, which it could be good if, you know, depending on the mechanics of the game or how things go, because it's definitely useless when it comes to Cold War, because in some of these maps you have ammo crates out there. So it's like, what's the point of scavenger? So I want to make scavenger useful. So for scavenger, you resupply different size clips. So when you all the fallen players, all the fallen players will drop obviously scavenger bags, and when you get the scavenger bags, you will have different size clips or ammos. So let's say you start with a primary weapon, and your primary weapon only has 30 ammo, 30 ammo, the standard AR for the clip size. Once you get a scavenger bag, it may be random, it may be extended mags, it may be 45 in a clip. So then you're going to have more ammo, or more in your clip. Or it could be a dual mag, you're going to have quick reload. Or it could be a round drum, 60, 75 bullets in the clip. Do you know what I'm saying? So it will be different, it will vary, which will be, it will be good for your, it will be good for you. Like let's say you run out of ammo and you need to take out someone, you find a scavenger bag, and now you got 45 ammunition in a clip instead of 30. So now you take out 3 or 4 people, instead of finding and more ammo, or because you're sorted, you got just enough for you to survive, or to take out multiple people at the same time, right? Because it's harder to take out multiple people if you have less ammo. Imagine you only got 10 ammo and there's 3 people that you need to take out. So imagine if you have a clip size from a scavenger bag that has 60 bullets in the clip and there's 3 people there. See, you have a higher chance of taking 3 people out with 60 bullets in your ammo clip. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Resupply throwing knives when out of lethal equipment. I think they already had that in Modern Warfare 19. When you run out of equipment, and you go to the scavenger bags, you can get a throwing knife for free. Pro, pick up, this is unique. Pro, pick up a third weapon. So now you can hold 3 guns like Mule Kick. Steal care packages faster and booby trap it. Elite, steal unused field upgrades and resupply random tactical equipment from Fallen. Next one is Bingo. Reset fuse of frag and sticky grenades, hack equipments, and turn it to your own. Yeah. Reroll care packages. Pro. Buzz Killer, this is unique. Enemies with 1 kill or 100 points or less to their last streak are temporarily exposed on the map. So let's say the enemy has secured 2 streaks and now he's on his last streak, but he needs 1 more kill or he needs 100 points or less. He will be exposed on the minimap temporarily, like what's that? Like Zero from Black Ops 4. So you need to hunt him down. Elite, extra score for headshots, objective play, and destroying streaks, and or depending if you put kill streaks or score streaks, which that's what they need to implement in the game, like Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 was very good and innovative because they had, I think, kill streaks, score streaks, and point streaks, or something like that. They had a mixture, so you can pick your playstyle. Do you want kill streaks where your streaks count based on your kills, or do you want it based on your score? Yeah, so extra score for headshots, objective play, and destroying streaks, or 2 assists, 2 crossfires, like free for all. When you get assist, destroying streaks counts as a kill. There you go. The next perk is Clockwork. Recharge equipment within 15 to 25 seconds, depending on the equipment. Pro field upgrades take half the time, and recharge 2 field upgrades and exempted of the negatives. Elite. The reason why I said exempted for the negatives because I wanted to put like a penalty or punishment for field upgrades. So if the more times you die, the slower you're gonna get your field upgrades. But the more kills you get or play the objective, then the quicker you will get your field upgrades. Elite, points towards streaks can still be earned during a cooldown. Reduced cooldown time for streaks. Yeah, so once you get your streaks, it will stop. The points you get will not go towards your next streak because you've already got all 3 of your streaks. So like in Black Ops, there's like a cooldown, like 60 seconds cooldown. However, if you have this perk, the elite version, the points will still stack up. So once the cooldowns finish, if you haven't died, obviously, because I don't want to have the same score streak system as Cold War. That was terrible. It should be based on if you die, if you stay alive and stuff like that. Yeah, points towards the streaks can still be earned during cooldown. Reduce cooldown time for streaks. Overkill. You should be familiar with this. Equipped with 2 primary or 2 secondary weapons. So you can have 1 assault rifle with a sniper, or you can have a pistol and a special weapon like a knife. Pro, having extra streaks, so 4 streaks in total instead of 3. You can have a UAV, care package, a helicopter, and then an AC-130. 4. Instead of 3, you have 4. Elite version, 3 extra attachment slots for both of your weapons. Kill bank is the next one. Score and kills from headshots and objective play will carry over next life. 2 kills or 200 score maximum. 20-second cooldown is implemented next life for balance. So what does that mean? So let's say you're getting kills from headshots, or you're playing the objective, and let's say you accumulated 200 points. That 200 points will be duplicated to your next life. So let's say, so 200 points will be duplicated towards your next life when you respawn. So once you die and respawn, you will start with 200 points, right? Yeah. then if you die again, there will be a cooldown, so uh, you won't be able to store those 200 points. So you're gonna obviously have to get kills or or play the objective the way you normally would. Pro headshots and Kingslayer kills allow you to copy enemy perks for 10 seconds. Ability activates once per life, then a cooldown. Elite, stack up your streaks twice over. Yeah, so the points you get even after you've got all three of your streaks, you can get the other streaks. Like I think Modern Warfare 3. You can stack your streaks. VIP, score or kills from streaks counts towards your next streak. Yep, just like Modern Warfare 2 and the Modern Warfare 2019 perk. Pro, streaks are inbound as soon as possible. Streaks can be used even if airspace is crowded and your AI streaks cover you. So yeah, so let's say 3 people already got their streaks up, and normally you wouldn't be allowed to put your streaks up because the airspace is too crowded. But because you have VIP Pro, your streaks come faster, and it doesn't matter if the airspace is crowded. You know, you'll still be able to use your streaks. Elite, your care packages cannot be stolen unless you are killed by that enemy or they have scavenger. So yeah, so no one can steal your care packages unless those things written in the bracket. So that's all the perks. Video took long, over 40 minutes. But yeah, those are my perk ideas for a new Call of Duty game. Hope you liked it. Is there any perks that you think probably needs tweaking or updating or fixing? Or do you like these perks? And which 2 perks would you pick out of those 4 tiers that I've showed you? You know, what would you run with? What would you put in your creator class? You know, if you had an SMG or a shotgun, or you just wanted to use your knife or pistol or assault rifle sniper, which perk would you use? Or what are your own perks? And what perks would you make for a base perk, pro perk, and an elite version? Let me see here and see your ideas, and I'll comment and like your comments, man. So if you like the video, like. If you ain't a subscriber, subscribe, and share this to the Call of Duty community, and share this to Activision or any Call of Duty developers, and let's see if it's good, you know. Anyways, with that, this is Sounds of a Million, Mr. Catello signing out. Take it easy.